Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to another video. Today is my monthly plan with me for the month of May. So happy Monday and happy first day of May. I'm super excited to be here. I also just posted my sticker release video, so if you missed that and you want to see all the stickers that are available, I will link that in the cards right here. But also I will go through right now and do a super brief walkthrough of what those stickers are. So let's see what we have for May. So here's the first color palette. It's very bright and colorful. I personally really enjoy this one. It's a ton of fun. I haven't decided which one I'm going to use today, as per usual, so I will decide right now on camera. Here's the second color palette. This one also I'm a big fan of. Really like these colors. This pink I just think is so beautiful. And then we've got this really vibrant set, just very, very bold colors. And then we have our last three, which are really kind of my favorites. I love this one a lot. I just love how calming it is. And I don't know, when I think of camping and nature, it is a very calming experience for me, so I like these colors a little bit more. But that's just me personally. The next one, which doesn't have a whole lot of differentiation in the colors, but this one is just like a lot of greens, and you've got this nice sort of gray-blue here, which I really also like this tone. This one just feels super naturey to me and very grounding, and I like this one a lot too. And then this is our last color palette. So this one I like because it has like a very clean look, but then also this very like more earthy tone that's just like a lot more grounded. And so I like the balance of them together actually. The white on these are a little bit harder to see. So I will be very particular in how I use these when I actually do use them, but I really do love this palette a lot. So this just kind of gives you a look at these, but if you want a more in-depth explanation of the process and all of my thoughts when creating these, you can check out that video, like I said, linked in the cards. I always have such a hard time at deciding which ones I want to use, but I think I really actually do like these greens in this one, and I think for my monthly view, I really want there to be a lot of greens because May is my birth month, and also my birthstone is an emerald, and so I think I would definitely want to stick with one that focuses more on the greens. So that would be either this one or this one, but this one is so calming, I feel like I might use it for like a daily or weekly. You guys might end up with some bonus videos this month because I like these a lot and I would like to use more of them. So anyway, let's go ahead and stick with this palette. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add in my dates, and I know that I don't want to use this light blue because it is hard to see. So I'm just going to come up here and I'm going to lasso. Make sure that images is turned on, which it is, and I'm just going to grab these three. We're just going to copy all, and we are going to come back to my planner, paste, and then I have learned recently that if I just do a little at a time like this, I have better luck at keeping it straight. If you've watched my videos before, you are aware at how much of a headache I find this, because often it will get crooked and then nothing ends up being straight, and it's really a pain. So I'm happy that I found a way that helps to resize multiple things at once and keep them from going crooked. It's not a perfect system, but it does help, so give that a try yourself if you're also struggling with these things. So you guys kind of know how to do this, so I won't spend too much time, but one thing I'm doing a little bit differently is I'm just going to count by threes right now, and I'm just going to grab all of these and kind of pull them out, and then delete the ones I don't want. And it just makes it a little bit easier to work through when I don't have so many stickers to kind of sort through all the time. And then I'm just putting them into place. All right, I really like these colors together. I'm happy I went with this choice. I think I know what I want to do. I am really, really inspired by this pattern. I'm completely in love with it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to sort of recreate this for my heading. So I'm just going to come to one of these that has like a solid color, and I'm just going to, maybe I'll take this light blue. I'm gonna copy this one and I'm going to paste it. And then I'm gonna tap on it and I'm going to crop it and just turn it into like a little rectangle here. And then you can see I can crop it and I have the freedom to kind of make it any size that works for me. So I'm just gonna put that in this space. And size it to just the right size. And I actually think that looks pretty good. So now I'm just gonna make sure I like the width as is as well. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take all of those elements that were in that piece and I'm just going to put them here. But I think before I do that, what I wanna do is cover this up. So you guys have seen me do this in another video, so I am gonna kind of zip through it pretty quickly. But I will pop back to April and I'm just going to take my text boxes. So from my lasso tool, just turn on text boxes and I'm going to copy this. And I believe, yeah, that's all one piece. So that's very convenient. We're just gonna pop back over to May then. And I'm gonna paste this down here so that I have it. And it's just gonna sit there for a moment. And I'm gonna come to my sticker pack and I think I'm gonna want that to be in the green. So I'm gonna copy this. And I'm gonna paste this and do the same thing that I just did. So I'm just gonna crop it into a rectangle and then I can resize it. So it's always nice to be in the middle of Wednesday when you're doing this, because then it's easier since it resizes from the center. Once I'm happy with that, then I can adjust the height here. And yeah, that looks pretty good. But I'm seeing it is a little bit large on the edge. So we're just gonna bring it in. All right, and then I'm just going to cut this and I'm going to paste it again and I'm going to change the color to white and put it in the center. So I'm just gonna come over to my text tool and keeping everything as is, we're just gonna write May here. And then I'm going to triple tap and I'm going to grab this size here and just make the size a lot bigger. And then I'm gonna tap in here and I'm just going to add some spaces here. And I'm just gonna bring this up here. And actually I want this text to be that dark green, so I'm just gonna tap while I'm in my lasso tool, tap color, and I'm going to add a custom color. And I will leave all the hex codes for you here, but this one is 14441E. Perfect. Okay, so now it's that green color and it's very easy to read, but I don't think it's perfectly centered. So now that I just have text boxes on, I'm just going to kind of move this over just a little until I'm happy. And that'll do. And now I'm just going to grab all of the other elements that were in this beautiful washi tape. So all of the mushrooms, dragonflies, butterflies, and also the flowers. And I'm just gonna make a pattern. So basically let's turn on images and grab anything that is not super hard to see. So that light blue would be really hard to see on top of this. We're just gonna paste it here and make sure there are no other images around it. That's gonna make things easier on us. And I'm just going to copy this. And I'm just gonna paste this a few times so I have plenty of elements to work with. I'm gonna copy these mushrooms and paste these here. And that's plenty of mushrooms. And then I just wanna grab these flowers real quick. So I am gonna copy these. And this one I'm going to do something a little bit differently. I'm going to paste, but I'm also going to come in here and I'm going to freehand crop these. So this will take a second, but basically I'm just going to grab any of the ones that I think the color will show up. So that would be like these blues. I'm going to hit done. So I have that one, which I can make a couple copies of. And let's just take a look. Let's see. So kind of the blues and then just that darker sort of grayish color. So I'm going to grab this gray. And you can see I kind of missed a little part of it, so I'm going to come back in and crop it again. And this is nice because then you can really see. And I'm going to paste one more time, and we're going to tap and crop. And of course, if you want to make things easier on yourself, you can just kind of crop it once like that. And as you saw before, if we go to crop it again, it'll pull it up bigger and you'll be able to see a whole lot better. But there we go. I've got 3 that are very cute, and I'm just going to copy these ones, and I'll be able to kind of paste them and rotate them and resize them just to add a little variation. Now that I have these elements, I'm just going to start placing these around and sizing them as I like, and I will check back in with you guys when I'm done. And as I'm doing this, I'm kind of thinking I'm changing my mind ever so slightly. So I am going to pause for a second. I'm going to take this background, I'm going to delete it, and then I'm going to grab everything, including images and text boxes here. I'm going to lasso all of this and cut it. And then I am going to come to my elements, and I'm going to tap on this white block. And I'm just going to resize this to cover up this space. And now I'm going to paste that all on top and see if I like this better. And I think that I do. Of course, if I change my mind, I can always go back in the end and kind of do exactly what I just did. But the important thing to do now is just to make sure that all of these things show up. I am going to lasso all of them and cut them and paste them one more time so that they're pasted on top. And then we can just get back to rearranging. And then if you really want to make it look like it sort of cuts off, you can just come here and tap and just try to visualize like where that is. And you can see, for example, this is going to be like right underneath the stem there. So I'm just going to go to crop, and it is a little bit difficult to kind of envision, but I think it's about like this. So I'm just going to trace around that, and that will cut this part off and keep this part, and I can hit done. And then I can always zoom in, and you can either go in and adjust it again, or you can just kind of rotate it so that it fits nicely. That is one option, and you can do that. Or like with this one, I could come in and crop it, and I just want to crop off this corner, so I could just go like this and crop off some of it. And it doesn't have to be perfect, so let's say this is down here a little bit further. You have some options. You could of course like take a colored pen and you can draw a border, or take a square element that is the same color as the background, and we can take our picture tool and we can just kind of basically block out these edges. So you can line it up here and you can just kind of lay it over top. And then you could do the same thing at the top as well. The other thing is you want to make sure that there's nothing overlaying on like this shape or where the wooden like background meets the planner. So you can just kind of clear the edges ever so slightly so that you don't run into any kind of issues like this. And yeah, we can just grab this element again, grab our picture tool, and then just kind of resize to make a clean border. So the nice thing here is, like I said, there doesn't have to be a whole lot of precision. You just want to make sure you're not like, you know, making it obviously bigger than what the border is. But if you're happy with this look, then you can cut that one off. And I do kind of like this, so maybe I will do that on the other two edges as well. And even if you think that it's stopping you from making it thinner, like for example, this seems to only go that thin, if you zoom in, it will let you make it smaller. And there we go. And then we have our perfectly cut off, consistent border there. So you could do that in color or not in color, totally up to you. Okay, so now I'm just going to, I'm gonna move these out of the way. Who knows, maybe I'll use them again. Okay, and now I just want to cover up this section really quickly, so I am going to grab that same element that we were just working with, and I'm going to cover up my edges here since they don't match the look. And good, that looks great. Now I'm just going to come over here and I'm going to grab, I want to use, I think this dark one. All right, and I copy it, and we're going to paste this, and then I'm going to tap on this and size it again. And this is going to be my ongoing projects, and I kind of want it to be like this long list. So I'll probably be writing in white here, I would think, but basically, yeah, this is where I'm going to be putting all of my ongoing projects. So I'm going to come back to my sticker pack. I'm going to grab this washi tape, and we're going to paste it. And I'm just going to tap on it again and place it over top here. And I'm going to come to my Cheeky Collegian font, and I'm going to add some text here that's just going to say ongoing projects. I do typically include something like this, but I want to make sure this time I'm keeping more of like a longer list and not just my main few priorities. So I'm just center aligning this, and I'm going to also make the size bigger. And we're going to change the color here. So I'm going to tap on it and tap color. If you have your colors programmed in here, like I should, then that obviously makes things a lot easier, but I'm just going to type this in now. And then I think we're going to have to add a little bit of blue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back to my sticker pack, and I'm going to grab this blue here. I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to paste it. And then I actually changed my mind. I'm going to use that light blue here as well. You can grab both of these at once. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to copy and paste a couple of these, just so I can make sure that they are in fact on bottom, because what I'm going to do now is turn on text boxes only. I'm going to cut this, and then I'm going to paste it again and put it where I want it. And now I'm just going to size these individually and start to kind of layer them underneath. I think I don't really like that one there, so I'm just going to cut it and rearrange the others. Yeah, I'm just going to cut these so they can be on top and then paste them, and we're just going to kind of resize them. Maybe I want the text a little smaller. So making sure images is off and text boxes is on, I'm just going to size this down a little and then come back to placing these. And maybe even adding more of these dragonflies. So now I'm just going to add in a cute little quote. So I'm going to grab, let's see which color. Let's do this. Let's do a circle. I never do circles. Let's do a circle. And in this green, And I'm going to grab my picture tool. And I'm going to add some text here that says, May, more than any other month of the year, wants us to feel most alive. Okay, so now we're going to zoom in and we're going to make sure text boxes is the only thing on here. We're going to bring this up here and I'm going to tap on it and I'm going to make it smaller. Then I'm also going to bring it over. I'm going to resize it and make sure I get the angle right. So now you can really zoom in and see. And the line spacing is just ever so slightly off. So I can either try to size it up and see if that makes it better and gets it to, you know, a spot that you're happy with. Honestly, I think that looks pretty good, so I'm okay with it. But what I'm going to do now that I have it sized how I like it, I'm going to bring these edges in. And I'm also going to grab my text tool and I'm going to center this text. And now I'm just going to bring this over. And I like that, but let's make the text a color that we can see it. So I'm just going to color it white and let's add something cute to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this blue and light blue. I'm going to copy this and paste this nice checked pattern here. And I'm going to add one of these elements. So I think maybe I'll do this cute little van. And you guys have seen me do this before, but if you're worried that it's not standing out enough, go ahead and grab your pen tool in white and like choose a thickness that you're happy with. So I am going to choose the thickest one. And I'm just going to kind of trace around this shape. Like obviously I don't really have to do that much down here because it's not really visible, but we're just going to trace and then color. And you just want to cover over the whole shape. Maybe smooth out any edges that you see there. And if you want to really make it look like a sticker, just in case, because there is a small color difference here, feel free to just color the whole thing there if it's noticeable to you or if it bothers you. And then we can just come in here and grab our picture tool and tap down here. And then magically you see it, so we're just going to cut it and paste it. And then just put it back into place. And there we go, we've got our little sticker and it's much more visible there. And I think this is cute. So now what I'm going to do is turn on images and I'm just going to cut out all of these pieces that I don't need. I could sprinkle around some other things at the bottom, but I'm actually pretty happy on the whole. Maybe what I'll do is just take like, maybe in this blue, I can copy this and paste this and then just make it nice and big and just fit it in here in the bottom of the calendar. I'll grab my cute ukulele. Obviously, it's my birthday month and I can't believe I almost forgot. I have to put the balloons on my birthday. Happy birthday to me. And maybe this can be smaller. It doesn't have to be that big. And also maybe I'll copy this and put this adventure awaits sign in here as well. That's fitting for my birthday, right? Change my mind. I want this over here. And I think I'll make this bigger. And I'm going to cut this and paste this on top. Okay, that's good enough for me. I like this. I think it's cute. I really like this idea of making a border instead of like really having to crop everything perfectly. I think it's a nice little hack, and you guys know I always love kind of outlining these and giving a sort of like die cut sticker look. So that's all for now. I'm definitely going to be using this to just list out everything that I'm working on this month. But yeah, I'm really happy with these colors and I think it's cute. I hope you guys like it too. Thank you so much for tuning in and planning with me. I hope you guys enjoyed this and I will see you in my next Plan With Me video. Bye!